Well, I had been a member since 1966, and as the years went on, it seemed to me that IACP was becoming less and less relevant to the police chiefs of the size communities that I was in. So I said, maybe we need to change this. So my New England friends encouraged me to run for office, and I did. There were three significant issues. The first one was our relationship with the international community, and I felt it was important for us to re-engage with the international group because we were an international organization. And so I worked very closely with Sir John Herman from Northern Ireland and Sir Stanley Bailey from England, and we managed to reactivate the international interaction and had a very successful international conference in Brussels. The second issue was the state and provincial section division was about to pull away from IACP. There was some significant acrimony between the then executive director and the state and provincial, so my mission was to work with John Dempsey, who I had known for a number of years, having gone through the chairs from 654, 321, and I became fairly friendly with John Dempsey, and I said, okay, when I get to be president, you have my word that I'll do what I have to do to re-engage with the state and provincial. So actually, as a practical matter, had we not done that, state and provincial may have not been with us this year or any year because they were ready to go on their own. That was the second one, but probably the biggest one, which is really your question that I'm getting around to answer, by the way. The biggest one was our financial situation. I had questioned the finances almost from the beginning, from the time I was elected as vice president, sixth vice president. And as I went up through the chairs, I became more and more concerned. And without going into all the details, because it's a long story, we discovered when I was president, we had a lot of commotion and finally managed to have an external audit, and we found, really verified what I suspected, which was we had been losing money to the tune of about $1 million a year for 6 years, and were, as a practical matter, bankrupt. And so my biggest challenge was to deal with the financial issues and the stability of IACP. And so one of the first steps towards that, which was an opportunity that was presented to me but I hadn't expected, was to terminate the executive director. So 15 minutes into my first meeting, he was history. And we proceeded from then on. Dan Rosenblatt was appointed interim director and then ultimately the executive director. And my first meeting in Washington was with Dan and the staff and said, look, we're going to have to pull things together. There probably won't be any raises. There may be a reduction in staff. But one thing for sure, we are not, NOT, going to lose money this year. So we all worked together, and the first year we actually, I think, made $15,000. So from then on, you know, we put financial review committee in place. We put some financial structure in place and made a lot of internal changes financially, and we had to have a very frugal year, and that was really the beginning of rebuilding IACP. And you know the history about how many years we've had good audits and have not lost money since. So that was the biggest issue, to save IACP, essentially, financially. I had a chance to meet lots of people and make a lot of connections throughout the country, and even to this day I haven't been chiefing for many years, but I still have close acquaintances that I met during those years that I see from time to time all around the country and interact with in my professional capacity as a consultant. So.